The Abyss Order. Enemies of the human race. Even the underground networks rarely come across any information on them. With that said, it was a bit of a hassle, but I...
Really? That quickly?
Come to think of it, Mr. Big Animo God Barbarian.
How do I put it? The Seven, as people now know them, were once known as the Seven Archons. Each Archon presides over their own part of Teyvat. That is the role the Archons play. Only in performing this duty can we attain power. But I don't like the idea of ruling Mondstadt, and I don't feel Mondstadt would really like it.
Go forth and establish a city of freedom without rule. We have not forgotten Barbados's...
Jean, you're such a deep... Maybe someone got a little too free and is just too lazy to care.
However it may have come to be. Without a doubt, I am now the weakest Archon among the Seven. Aw, you flatter me.
Oh, such a humble god. But we digress. Let's get back to the topic at hand. We have tracked the Abyss Mage to the vicinity of the one...
I cannot stress enough how important it is to...
Well, that's not bad.
Forth, my blade! Spirit blade! Attack! Run with my blade!
Huh? What's this? After the Abyss Mage was defeated, it seems that energy was being used to cut off the connection between... Do you know if Storm Terror's like... Of course. I believe... After Dvalin woke up, he took the... As it was with the storms that previously cut Mondstadt, but now, as the energy dispersed from the Abyss Mage, I was able to read the rhythmic flow of how the barrier's magic was... I must admit, it sounds even more horrendous than a chorus of hilly churls. But... it should be enough to let us break through the storm barrier and reach...
Which means we're going to confront Dvalin? I'm fine with that. Jean is the one who wishes to avoid...
No. When there are no other options, if slaying him is our only choice...
Fortunately, we have yet to...
By that, you mean...
I mean that the Holy Liar, our real trump card? The
Traveler?
Correct. But you have a much more precious fortune. The impurities in the tears and the curse that binds Dvalin belong to the which means...
You tone-deaf bard! You've seen what Dvalin is like when he's ticked off. She'll be swallowed whole before she even gets...
Hey, nice plan. Worth a shot.
I am with you, Honorary.
Oh, so we just need to fight monsters...
Humans aren't without their strengths.
And so, epic actions of brave heroes finally leads to this 11th hour.
looks so dangerous.
Leave it to me. Although this wooden lyre is all I have, I don't need the lyre to break through this kind of storm wait, what is that?
Enemy attack!
The stage will need to be cleared before I can begin my performance. Generally speaking, such chores are not the concerns of the performer himself.
Wait, what's going on? There shouldn't be any hilly trail camps in the vicinity of Storm Terror's lair.
Forth, my blade. Submit for judgment.
The hilly trolls usually do not venture into areas. It puts a heavy burden on their body.
The Abyss Order must be manipulating them behind the scenes, and presumably spreading their forces to halt our plan.
Without further ado, I suppose I can play faster if my only audience is the wind.
It actually opened. You're not entirely...
This is it. We are now... Watch yourselves. Let's move.
Looks like this is the front gate to Storm Terror's lair. The gate is enormous compared to us. But still, Paimon wonders how Devon gets in there with a body that huge.
He doesn't walk in. He flies in.
Oh. You do have a point. It's stuck.
It's stuck.
Hey, check out that roof. Is there a...
I suppose.
Let's make a detour then.
Let's make a detour then. Heading up.
Do you think there will be abyss mages hiding in the ruins? Either way, if we do run into one, we will let the victorious Master D-Luke do the...
Do not underestimate them just because I have beaten one of them before. I'm not boasting. I'm simply saying there is more to the Abyss Order than a few mages.
Correct. That's why I tagged along after all. Well, that and also for your safety. Why am I so diligent? Too diligent for a poet, in fact.
So says the person that made zero effort to search for the dragon tears and drink in the tavern all day. Paimon doesn't get it. What part of you is remotely diligent?
The scourge of evil remains.
us to the top of the tower.
We can't advance any further.
Is this the work of Dvalin?
No. These ruins were once part of an ancient city. Dvalin just happens to be These ruins even predate the existence of the Mondstadt is a city without a ruler. However, before it was ruled over by a tyrant. Anyway, I'll sing you that story when we have a chance in the future.
The markings on this seal. If my archaeological knowledge is not mistaken, this appears to be a light act. If we retrieve and reintegrate all the parts, we should be able to get it working.
We should be close to completing the ceremony. Let's put the last part back and see.
Looks like we're right. There are 3 more halos circling the tower.
Which means there are 3. I can see one from here. The rest must be scattered within.
Why did Dvalin pick a place filled with puzzles and seals as his lair?
He doesn't walk in.
You do have a point.
We've come this far. There's...
It seems there are 3.
Exorcism uses thaumaturgy and martial arts to conquer evil. There are other means to the same end, but they are not the true way.
Wow, this light actuating ceremony does work magic. It looks like one of the 3 halos above has now become solid ground. Let's start looking for the next puzzle.
I ride on wind and cloud alike.
It seems 2 of the halos have become solid ground. 1 more and the seals at the top of the tower will be broken.
Wings of darkness, come, sever night from day.
From whence you came!
Odds revealed!
guess we should venture onward from here.
I'm thinking about turning these adventures into songs after we're done. Hopefully, this song will be sung for years to come by the people of—
I have loved that song since I was— How are you feeling today, Honor? I am completely prepared and fully confident that we can do this.
Even Master D-Luke accompanied us despite only being an accidentally involved bystander.
You shared your secret with me, and I only returned your trust to the same extent.
It's freedom.
Freedom?
When you first arrived at Mondstadt, did no one tell you that she really is a child of freedom? Mondstadt is a romantic city, and its citizens enjoy the most freedom amongst— I hope the dragon that once protected Mondstadt was— No one should have deceived him, and no one should have told him that it was his eternal duty to protect the city. He has the right and freedom—
Venti?
Well then, traveler, may the thousands of years of wind— Just like the last time, I shall channel animal energy.
Oh, no wonder you said his voice sounds familiar.
Look! There are 2 shiny spots on Dvalin's back! They appear to be poisonous blood clots that have coagulated on his wounds. The Abyss Order must have cursed the wounds. That's what's corrupting Dvalin's mind. To save Dvalin, we're going to have to get rid of those blood clots. Aim for those blood clots! Dvalin is getting away, but I'm familiar with his tactics. Just hold on a bit longer. And condense the pure animal from the shots being fired. Shattering them will create acceleration currents. I can't control where they will appear, so keep your eyes peeled. fight Dvalin on equal grounds. The grandest bard is here to help. But first, let me be clear. Even after hundreds of years without use, Dvalin's teeth and claws are still very dangerous. Yeah! That was our chance! Aim for the tainted blood clot on his neck.
Let it rain.
Yeah! 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 This is Dvalin's ace in the hole. Celestinum Finale Termini.
This dragon has strange taste when it comes to naming things.
I named it for him just now.
Seriously?
Well, anyway, let's ride the wind currents and stay away from the breaking platforms. The energy flooding out from the fissures will be hot. Be sure to watch your steps. Now is our chance. Aim for the tainted blood clot on his neck.
This place is gonna collapse!
It's been a while since we flew like this together. Huh, Dvalin?
Just now. Why? Why did you not ask me to protect you like the last time?
Me not wanting you to listen to the Abyss Order doesn't mean that you have to listen to me. Freedom, if demanded of you by an Archon, is really no freedom at all.
Is this the power of the Animal Archon? But I am no longer part of the Four Winds.
Even if that's so, you still protected us regardless. Now spread your wings of freedom and go with my blessing.
And so, the Storm Terror threat was quelled. I clarified the misunderstanding to the citizens of Mondstadt and let them know that they are safe. To them, it seems Storm Terror attacked Mondstadt out of nowhere and then vanished just as quickly. They must be finding the whole ordeal very confusing.
However, winds change their course. Someday, they will blow towards a brighter future.
You guys are back!
Yep, we're back from time.
You just returned yesterday, right? Jean got back first, and she told us all about your heroic deeds.
I wonder if I'll ever get an opportunity like that.
That doesn't come into it. You guys deserve all the— When I brought you into the city that day, I was just doing my—
You're welcome. But have you been waiting for us here this whole—
Of course not. Just because I'm not out on the front line doesn't mean I don't have work to do.
Aftermath? Here?
While Master Jean was away, the monsters lurked. Fortunately, we weren't completely taken by surprise.
Oh, yeah! Paimon remember.
Exactly. And if we hadn't started making preparations back then, Mondstadt would be in— I know. It's strange. Hilly Churls aren't you— Our best guess is that the Abyss—
They've taken over the Hilly Churls. Good thing we—
That's right. And since I'm the Outrider, it's up to me to keep— I'm sorry. You should be I promised to take you out for There's no time like the present, right? You guys—
You bet! You may have forgotten till just now, but it—
Awesome, let's go! It's been way too long, so wait for me at Good Hunter. I'll be right—
I salute you, Honorary. The acting Grand Master gave a public address. The truth was incredible. Still, it could take a long— As ever,
We're lucky Albedo stayed in the city during the crisis. Our defenses were all the stronger for it. It was a rare privilege to see the chief. Makes me wonder whether I
Now I have to submit a full damage. There were no casualties, but they still want a record of every...
Here we go. This is it. Crisis, danger, Adventurers Guild. Finally, our days of rescuing kittens and roll up, youngsters. Join the Adventurers Guild today. What? This storm terror threatened.
Long live the heroes. Many trade routes have closed due to the storm terror incident. We can cope for now without fresh... I hope they get the...
So Storm Terror's true identity is Dvalin. Every cloud has a silver lining. For that, we have you to thank. As long as we have the Knights of Favonius, peace...
Greetings. May I take—
Why so cold? I've always thought that we enjoy quite the intimate friendship. It seems your great battle sharpened not only to bask in the presence of Mondstadt...
Sweet talking sugar.
Nonsense. I speak from the heart. Me? Nothing. On the contrary, that's why I'm here.
So what you thinking?
The Abyss Order. A dragon wreaks havoc in Mondstadt, and the acting Grand Master leaves. If you were the Abyss Order, would you squander this golden opportunity by sending in nothing more than to get to the bottom of it? I decided to. Then came the day you made all hell break loose in Storm Terror's lair. That same day, I saw Shadow...
Inside the city?
Well, all the other knights were outside, fighting the enemy, except for me, of course. Through various means. The situation is this. The Abyss Order...
The Abyss Order?
Yes. And it was this very leader who divided...
What exactly did you have to do to find this?
Let's just say I'm blessed with certain... There's more. The Abyss Order has a name for this leader. They call her... Now, I'm sorry to cut this intelligent... I think she's still angry with me for my absence.
1 minute I see Kaya, the next he slipped away. Clear sign of a guilty conscience. Are you sure? Because that sounds like but let's forget about him. I worked super hard today, and my tummy's... Hi, Sarah. 1 sticky honey roast, please. It's been getting quite busy recently. So, now the Storm Terror threat is...
Paimon thinks it's time to leave Mondstadt and...
Huh, really? Oh, well, I guess this is goodbye. Hey, don't feel down. You'll always be a friend of the Knights of Favonius. That's the spirit. Remember, all right. Now let's eat before it gets cold.
That was good.
Of course. Well, I don't trust myself in the kitchen. You could... Oh, I almost forgot to... Jean's waiting for you at the cathedral. It's something to do with...
15, 16.
This is Barbara, the deaconess of the church. She is here to—
May the Animo Archon— I'm not really in a position to speak compared to our act, but I still want to thank you all on behalf of all of— Fortunately, everything was resolved peacefully.
Now the Fatui have no choice but to keep their mouths shut. They must be annoyed that things— This time, they even lost their best Diplomatically speaking, they gained nothing.
Sounds like quite the story. We cannot ask you to keep defending the liar forever. Oh, don't worry. I'm not here to collect rent. The church has always received special funding. The Holy Liar! Lord Barbados! Even if I atone for these sins for the rest of my life, it would still not be enough!
Oh, give it here.
How could this Holy Liar, but how?
Huh? Let Paimon see!
No. I don't know how you managed to fix it, but you'll never touch the liar again!
We, really should get going. That trick I used to repair the Holy Liar. I mean, the magic I used isn't going to hold forever, you know.
What? You tone-deaf bard! Hey, don't go!
At last, Mondstadt's rodent ruler in the flesh. Scurrying through the streets looking for leftovers? Mondstadt calls this a god?
Resident rodent beats invasive vermin.
Don't you dare speak back to me, insolent bard. Absentee Archon of Mondstadt. How impotent you've become.
That smirky wear looks out of place. Did you steal it from your master's face?
Should have held your tongue. So, this is a gnosis. Wouldn't be caught dead wearing this ugly thing in public.
Beauty is a waste when the beholder has no taste.
Fenty!
Well, we have what we came here for. Come, before our dear Favonian friends arrive. Leave nothing for them to find.
Honorary Knight, you're awake! Planet?
Don't listen to his
Okay. Well, basically, I found you lying outside the cathedral.
Paimon thinks you could still use a final split.
That bard awakened first, but strangely, my healing powers had almost no effect on him. This is the first time I've encountered such a patient.
He left?
Oh, the symbol of Mondstadt's hero. I wanted to stop him, but Jean, I mean, Master Jean, said to let him leave.
Paimon remembers Venti healing under... It's probably due to the connection between Windrise and the Animo Arc...
The wind amongst the branches is good. I love the way it smells. I said the exact same thing last time. Why do I only say these things when I'm down on my luck? So you noticed. This isn't something I'm meant to discuss with ordinary people. But I suppose I can let you in on the secret. As you know, visions are external magical foci that only a small minority of people possess. They use these visions to channel elemental power. In truth, every wielder of a vision is one who can attain godhood and ascend to Celestia. We call such people allogenes.
Allogenes? Paimon's never heard of them before.
That's because this is a secret that only Archons are privy to. We don't need primitive tools like visions. Instead, each Archon has an internal magical focus that resonates directly with Celestia itself, known as a gnosis. It's just a glowing glass ball I carry around to avoid suspicion.
So who was that nasty woman who sent Paimon flying and stole your gnosis?
Her name is Signora, number 8 of the Harbingers. She and the rest of the Harbingers have been given godlike executive authority by the Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya, and with it, strength surpassing that of other mortals.
The Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya?
Indeed. She is one of the 7, the Tsaritsa who reigns from the Zepelyarny Palace, and the one person that the Fatui Harbingers all answer to. The 7 don't always get along well, but still. I never thought that she would plot to steal another Archon's gnosis. How should I put this? 500 years ago, I knew her well, but I can't say the same is true now. You see, a certain catastrophe happened 500 years ago, and after that, she cut off. But we can save discussion of the Cryo-Archon and the Fatui for if you seek the rest of the 7, many difficulties lie ahead of you still. You should head for Mondstadt's neighboring nation of Liyue. The Geo-Archon who reigns there, unlike me, administrates his entire he only descends once every year to give his divine predictions.
Even so, it sounds like he works much harder than us.
In any case, this year's rite of descension is soon to be—
What? Oh, why didn't you tell us before? Well, then bye!
One moment, Windborn Outlander. Just use it gratefully. Or better, Traveler. As you set off on your journey once again, the birds of Tevat, the songs in the cities, the Tsaritsa, her Fatui and the monster, the destination is not everything. So before you reach the end, great. So that's that for the Animo Archon's admonishments. Back to Venti time. If you want to chat, now's the time. A bard stays not always in a single clime. Up till the end, Dvalin remembered his duty as such. I just hope that before I became an Archon, I too was taught the meaning of freedom. If you want to chat, now's the time. Kaya shared some new intelligence. Oh, I see. So, the Abyss Order has a princess who orchestrated the plan to corrupt. They were probably trying to turn Dvalin into a weapon of war for the Abyss. But that said, I think so too, apparently. But if you want to chat, now's the time.
That Fatui lady didn't hang around, did she? She just grabbed your—
She wanted to avoid any eyewitness. The slightest slip-up here would have destroyed the Fatui's diplomatic
So they're just gonna keep acting like Mondstadt's ally?
If only the 7 nations had banded together against the Abyss Order in the first place. The Fatui possess the strongest military among the 7 nations, yet they've used it to steal the Holy Lyre, covet the power of gods, and use—
Speaking of the Lyre, didn't he say that the Fatui can only run amok across—
Yes. As I said earlier, the the Tsaritsa. I haven't seen her in 500 years. Whatever the answer— If you want to chat, now's the time. A bard stays not always in a single As I said before, vision wielders are— A gnosis is a higher order nexus of elemental manipulation. But as for which of the 7 took your sister— Wait. As one of the 7, I'm not clear of suspicion yet either, am I? We're a great team indeed. Say, once you find your sister...
You don't seem too in... Hey, Tone Deaf Bard! If being one of the four winds means free...
If you want to chat, now's the time. Well then, best be off to Liyue.
I'm starting to feel a little tired from all our adventuring. Is it because we're always on the road? Paimon's heard that sitting down and reading a book could be a good way to unwind. Since we're not too busy at the moment, why don't we visit the Knights of Favonius' library? Maybe we'll find something simple but fun to read.